Gang. This your boy Hyphen Jersey. You're tuning in to Hyphen Eagles. Man, yo, thanks for everybody that been following, liking, subscribing. Like to show appreciation first before I get started on the video. So thank you. Continue, but like I said, I ain't gonna wrap it up too much. I'm gonna get right into it, man. First, if you're coming from different platforms, you can follow me right here at Twitter. Keep up with some more of the videos between me and my boy. And also, if you want to tune into the YouTube and everything, you can also follow the YouTube right here, so you could come in. You could do you get your comments and express how you feel about certain points and statements that been said on the podcast. But yeah, we doing little things different, like so you're gonna want to follow the YouTube channel, because most of the videos and full videos is gonna be on there. We making a little adjustments. You're gonna see like half clips and a little bit of things, clips on other platforms. So you're gonna want to follow and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Right now I'm on every platform. I'm video and live streaming on every platform as now, because this is the topic. What I'm saying is, it's just something I want to get off my chest. It's not really a serious topic that I want. So, but more videos is going to be strictly for YouTube. So you're gonna want to subscribe and follow. But like I said, I ain't gonna wrap you up too much. I'm gonna get right into it. Basically, I just been hearing what Stephen A. Smith been saying about the Eagles, coming off of this, bad loss, dealing with the 49ers. They got the best of us, basically, especially dealing with the play calling and controlling the line of scrimmage, and getting that pressure in. And they was blocking a little pretty well for Purdy and everything. So they just had a better game plan, and it was just more aggressive, dealing on the offensive side. And our defensive side just couldn't hold up. Like they couldn't hold up in the bargain. It was playing like little guys out there, like and they couldn't tackle. They couldn't like really get nothing going on. Like it was like you were saying it. You were saying it was like basically it seemed like the offense was playing against toddlers. Like our defense felt like toddlers. Like felt like kids out there. Like couldn't really tackle. Was getting thrown. I think Eli Ricks was getting thrown everywhere. Like it was just bad. Like the tackling was the big part of it. Them playing soft and getting caught up with the schemes and everything. I just think our defense IQ is just low. Like the IQ of them reading the offense and picking up a lot of these plays, it's just low. It's just low. Like but I'm gonna get into that more in my next video that's gonna come. You're gonna want to follow on the YouTube channel to actually see that, because that's gonna be exclusive on YouTube. So if you want me to hear how I feel when I'm talking about the defense, and how I feel about the defense, and on how they doing, and the IQ of them picking up and knowing how to read certain offense. I'm gonna get more in depth into that. Just follow the YouTube. You'll see in on my idea about it. But I understand about this bad loss on the 49ers. But Stephen A, to try to take away our NFC championship game, and take it away from us winning it from last year. And and just because of this loss from the loss that we lost from this 49ers team. Like, yeah, it was 42-19. I feel like that last score, just like they felt like our last score that we was they were still playing. Like it was still enough time. And I understand they probably felt like, oh, they just gave up the score on our last drive and they made it 19. But I felt like it was the same thing, on that 42, that last drive. It was just, at that time, it's just like it was over. They didn't. It was just a wrap, like, but I still give it to them. It is what it is. 42-19. It was a bad loss. Not get it, but to try to take away what we did from last year, it's just ludicrous. Like, we won fair and square last year. Okay, their quarterback got knocked out, like, but we knocked him out. Like, it's we. He was glass, like fragile. He couldn't handle the pressure. Your blockers didn't block well. That's part of the team. Like, you got to block for your quarterback, but the blockers couldn't block for the quarterback. We got in there. Hassan Reddick got in there, took him out of the game, and then that's what caused. We was a better team to put the quarterback out. We won. Like, we won because we did what we supposed to do. Got put the pressure on the quarterback, and to try to make us feel like, oh, just because of this loss this year, to make us feel like, that doesn't count. Like, you're wrong for that. Like, because of the simple fact, we're not the same team of last year. We're not the same team in the NFC, that's NFC championship, that won the NFC championship. We are totally different. We got different coaches on both sides, offense and defense. Different coach. So the plays is different. How we going about it is different. We got different on the defensive side. We got different players on the defensive side. We got these unexperienced players looking like they just come from the streets trying to play football, trying to learn while they go. Like, we don't got no really experienced players out there. Only play we got, and I understand the two experienced players that we got, they not really showing forth this year, and that's Slay and that's Bradbury, like, so I understand that we do have, but at the same time, that's not enough of what compared to what we had last year. Asante Madison's out, like, he's out, so that's a less down experienced person. Like, we're not the same team that we played that we was in the NFC championship. So you trying to take away what we done last year, comparing it to this year. No, like, we're not. You can't compare that. Like, I'm not surprised of what they did to our defense. I'm not surprised. I'm a little surprised of what Ryan Johnson dialed up on the offensive side. I'm a little surprised on that. But, like, I thought we at least go to a shootout back and forth with them, but to an extent, I'm slightly not surprised that of that we are lost. I thought we had a chance to win, but I'm not surprised of how we lost, but I'm not surprised that we lost because we're not the same team. We're not. The 49ers did not beat the same NFC championship team from last year. Not taking nothing away from them. They're 40 yard. The 49ers is better right now. For now, they are better. We give them that. They are, as right now, they are better. Not taking away from what they did. They came into the link and they handled their business. But to try to take away what we did from last year, try to take away the NFC championship for what we did last year, just because of loss of that. Yes, they was bragging. Yes, they brag all off season and were like, "Oh, we had a quarterback. We would have did this." Debo Samuel bragging, was talking mad smack. They came in, they wear all black, like, putting us in the funeral. Yes, they did all that, and they came in and they backed it up. Cool. We get that. That's what you're supposed to do. That's what they did. That's what's up. But at the same time, it's not like they did all that and played the same team from the NFC championship last year. I can see if we had the same player because they kept mostly they still overall they still the same team. The 49ers is basically still the same team from last year. But is the Eagles is? No, we're not the same team from last year. They talked all that smack and they came and they beat, like, cool. But it's not like they talked all that smack and they talk and talk junk and everything and came and played the same team and won. Like, no, they came, they did all that smash talking, all that hype and everything, and then they went and played a different Eagles team, like, and they won. But we're not, but the try to compare us now, like, don't get that. It's facts and proven. The 49ers beat up a new Eagles team. Like, they end up beating up a new Eagles team. It's like, that's just facts. Like, we're not the same. Like, all year we've been struggling dealing with coaching and how to coach, like, on the offensive side, on the defensive side. All year we've been struggling on the defensive side of how these, who's gonna come and who's gonna be the next man up. Or you think how is he still going out and trying to make moves? Like, even right now, we never got a linebacker from the coast. Like we're trying to figure it out. We're trying to, like, get these on the defensive side. Who we gonna get? Who we gonna get? We're trying to still figure it out. Like, and like, to try to say, like, to try to take away. I just think he's totally wrong. He's wrong for that. That's not fair. It's not fair to try to take that away from us. Like, that's just totally wrong. Like, and I like Stephen A. Smith. He, like, he be having a lot of good pointers. He's not coming around from his analysts and how his opinions. I like Stephen A. Smith. I like his opinions. I like his show. I watch First Take. I like it, but a lot of times he's wrong, and sometimes he questions me if he knows what he's talking about. And to try to take away our championship just because we lost from the 49ers is totally wrong. Like, we're not the same championship team from last year. We're not. They beat us, cool. They are better for now, cool. We get that. They talk smack and came and handled their business, cool. I get that. But it's like they did all that and came and smacked the same team. Like, no, like, you're not going to take away what we did. I feel like if this was the same totally team with the same coaches, the same team, the same players, as much as the 49ers, I feel like it would have been a totally different game, totally different ball game. Pressure would have probably been in there way more worse than what it was this week. Purdy was probably would have been struggling because you saw what happened in the beginning. It's just that just wasn't enough. Like it was like last year, we was getting pressure from the beginning to the end on him. Like, he couldn't hinder it. Like, so, like, yo, he's wrong for that. Like, and I just think sometimes fans and analysts, they look at one thing in a one-track situation. A lot of 49ers, they gonna feel like that. Even after this video, a lot of people still gonna be a lot of fans that gonna probably feel, see, that NFC championship was a fluke, or them winning was a fluke, or that one, like, yo, nah, like, they gonna feel like that because the 49ers gonna want to, they want to feel good. Like, they want to feel good about this win, which they should feel good about this win, because it was a good win. And they gonna want, they gonna want to think they proved something from what they didn't go to the Super Bowl of last year. Like, that's why I have a problem. It didn't prove nothing from last year. You didn't last year. It's last year. Just because you beat us this year, this and that doesn't mean, last year you would have beat us last year if you had Purdy. No, it did not. It didn't prove anything. He couldn't handle the pressure last year. We got up in his face. What can he do? He wasn't nothing he could do. Even if he didn't get out of the game, it was nothing he could do. Because before he went out of the game, what was so much was he doing? Only person that was doing something was Christian McCaffrey. He was the only person that was doing anything. He was getting pressure. He couldn't really pass. So, like, to say, we were like, no, last year was last year. We was a totally different team last year when it came to that pressure, when it came to that defensive side. Now we're not playing as a elite caliber on both sides of the field. We are more a little bit more better on the offensive side, but the defense side, they it's not that, and and that's what we need. If you've been following my videos and you've been watching, then you already know from the off season until now, you already know, especially on the off season, that I've been talking about this defense. I've been speaking a lot. This was what I was afraid of. Like, this was what I was worrying about. Like, only thing is, I had a little hope. I thought they would do enough. I thought they would do enough to give us a chance, which we tended to. So obviously, it was so much enough a little bit. But the reason why I say a little bit, because some of the games that we played, starting from the Dolphins and all the way until well, I can't say the 49ers because we lost, all the way until the Bills game, we won because of what the other team didn't do. Yes, we answered. Yes, we sealed the moment. We was the one that won it, and we when the moment came, we the one that finished it off. Yes, we did that, but at the same time, what if they would have finished their moments? What if the Kansas City them caught that ball? Like, what if the Josh Allen and Gabe was on the same page and caught that touchdown? Like, what if Tyreek touched that caught that touchdown pass? Like, what if that would have happened and they would have executed their plays right? Those would have been games that we lost that the defense didn't do on their side. So that's what I said, that it just, I was worrying about, and I say all through the offseason, like, we're gonna be playing some offense, and I'm just skeptical about what this defense is going to do, because there's inexperienced new guys. Yes, we went high, we did some good draft in the off season. We got these Georgia boys, but it's inexperience, like, and we haven't really seen anything coming from the linebacker, like at least with Epps and White, like, I know they wasn't all that, but at least they was good enough to make some good tackles and stops. Like, I won't say they was doing all that thing, but at least they was good enough. Like, at least they fit the defense, but like, we don't have those players like CJ Gardner Johnson. We don't have those players on the defense side. Bradbury needed help. He had Gardner Johnson help. Like, they don't have no help. He playing like he needed help all that time. Like, it's just, we're not the same. Like, don't compare us to the NFC East Championship. Do not do that. That's unfair to try to take away with what we did to the 49ers. We got that pressure on Purdy. Purdy couldn't handle the pressure. He got injured. He got, like, if that was any other team, they would have made no excuse for that. That's a part of the game. Your strength, your injuries, all that is a part of the game. Like, so don't take away what we won the championship for last year because we lost to the 49ers now. Like, don't be talking about, oh, it was a fluke, oh, that we won the championship just because we lost by it. You can't compare last year to this year. Two different teams. Like, we're not the same Eagles team. Like, we're not. And that's just facts. Like, we're not that. So to try to do that, to try to make a point on that, that was just ticky tack. That was just one track minded. That's something I totally disagree with him 100%. And I just didn't like that take that he tried to go with. I think he just tried to pull out a narrative and try to pull out something to start to make his show even more views and more liking as people tuning in or whatever. Like, I just think he's just trying to put something out there, like, it just to make sense. Because come on, like really, the facts is proven. Everybody know that. Like, you're the only one that's feeling like. Why is you the only one that's feeling like? Well, based on I think maybe it's other few, but not overall. Is you? There's not as much people that feel that same way as what you feel. Like, why? Because it's just facts. Everybody else, not until everybody knows that the Eagles is not the same Eagles. The defense is not the same defense on an NFC championship. It's not. Come on, like it went to the Super Bowl, and on the offensive side, we outplayed. We on the offensive side, we outplayed Jalen Hurts, outplayed Patrick Mahomes. Like, the defense holding up in the beginning, but they just start slipping up to the end. Like, like it's you we were a total different team. Like we gave it to the you could tell we gave it to the we told different team because in the Super Bowl we gave the Chiefs a hard time. But like this year, we were struggling with the Chiefs. They could have won like easily. Like it's two different years, man. Don't do that, Stephen A. Don't try to do that. Don't try to put a narrative out there to take away what we did from last year. Don't try to do that. That's unfair. We won fair and square. We got that pressure in. They blockers didn't do their job. We got in there and that's what you're supposed to do. That's what you're supposed to do. Not intentionally take the quarterback out, but put that pressure on. If he can't handle it, if he was fragile and he get put out the game, then that was him. Nobody was making excuse all the years that we having Vic and Vic keep getting injured because nobody couldn't block for Vic. Nobody couldn't block for Michael Vick. And he was getting out of the game. Nobody wasn't making an excuse for him was getting injured because our blockers didn't know how to block for him. Nobody didn't say, what if we lost? What if Vic was staying in the game? What if Vic was this and that? Nobody didn't say none of that. So now you want to put that narrative what if per night. Nah, like it works both ways. Nah, he couldn't handle the pressure. They didn't block it. So that's what it is. This year, we're not doing the same thing, and the 49ers beat up a new Eagles team. They didn't beat up the same Eagles team. They beat up a new Eagles team. But they got it. They won fair square. No excuse. I'm not gonna mention a lot of the holding calls that wasn't called on that game, but I'm not gonna mention that because a lot of people would say that we got some calls that wasn't called on a lot of games, even though because that's what it was. But like I said, in those games, cool. It was probably like one or two missed calls that they didn't call for the other team. But it didn't solidify that it wasn't a reason why we won. We won because even though through those one or two, maybe two calls that was missed, the other team couldn't take advantage of it. They still had a chance to win, but they didn't win it. I felt like if that was the Eagles that had a chance to win, we would have won it. But despite of that. But if it was a close game, this game wasn't close. So no matter what, it wasn't no chance for us to win it. The other teams, they at least had a chance to win, but couldn't seal this. They couldn't seal the deal. Like the Cowboys, they claimed they had some missed calls that wasn't calling them, but they marched down the field. They got penalties that helped them go down the field at the last minute, and they get close to the goal line. Despite the one or two missed calls that they had against against them, they couldn't seal the deal. If that was us, we would have won that. Same with the Chiefs. They all play a holding call or whatever. But they had a chance to win. He dropped the ball. He didn't catch it. He didn't execute. He could have won that. Going to the Bill game. Oh, it was a missed call. Oh no, we had missed call. They marched down the field overtime. Him and Josh Allen Gabe didn't execute. That's good teams would have execute on the moments. Like not saying they're not a good team, but they was lacking something that was great. And they supposed to execute despite all that, but they didn't. If that was us, we would have won. It would have won against that. But so it's no excuse when it comes to that. But the same thing goes for us. It's no excuse for us. Yes, we had some holding calls that was missed. Yes, we had whatever. But even if those holding calls was called, I still feel like we would have lost the game. Only thing I feel like we would never got blown out. That's something I debating against the 42-19. I feel like a lot of those total calls that was missed kind of made the score with what it was. Like I feel like they would have still had for it because our defense couldn't do nothing. Our defense couldn't. They just couldn't really do anything. I feel like they still would have been close to 40. they still would have been scoring on us. But I feel like we would have had some scores. There was a lot of holding this on the wide receivers and a lot of stuff that stopped a lot of the plays that we couldn't march downfield like we want. So like the we could at least we had 19. We could at least had at least close to 30. Like we could at least it could at least been like 38 to 28 or something, like 38 to 30 or something. Like it could at least went to that. I would even give them the 40. You want to say continue this to give them the 42, I would give them 42. It could at least been 42 to 31 or something like that. Like, but 42 to 19, I just think that was because a lot of the missed calls. Now they're going to say, I've been hearing Lane Johnson was holding Bosa. I feel like they're just trying to throw that out there just to try to cover up a lot of the known holding, because you even seen the commentators and seen them speaking about it, like the holding calls that wasn't seen. They want to talk about him false starting. Like nobody was seeing about no false starts. Like like they just want to throw things out like, nobody that wasn't no. Usually when you see missed calls and what's the name, you will see people putting it out there. You will see videos, you will see everything. You don't see none of that, but I'm seeing a lot of videos showing the holdings that was missed call for us, showing all those holdings that was missed call for us. But we wasn't seeing. We don't see no. True, I haven't. If you seen it and you know videos, post the video, show me. Because put the link in the comments. Let me see somebody creating videos of Lane, and actually a full start, or it's actually a holding against Nick Bosa. Like, let me show me a video, because as far as my knowledge, I ain't seen none of that going on. I just feel like they just throwing that out there, trying to cover up the known facts of holding that was against us. But I don't want to get into all that. I don't want to speak on that. Me. I'm not a person that want to cry ref. I hate fans that like to cry refs and refs this, refs that. Like I hate that. Oh, cry ref. Like no, like listen, like the game is rigged. Oh, rig this, rig that. Like the officials is robots or something, like It happens. Every team is playing against the refs. Like every team, like. It can easily go your way, easily not go your way. It was slightly, people want to say it was going our way slightly other. And when it came into the 49ers, that was one of the games that didn't go our way. Like, it is what it is. It's like, that's part of the game. But we still lost, not because of the flags and the penalties. We lost because of the play calling and the little man's on our defense side. Like, that's just basically what it is, and that just facts. Like it wasn't a really the penalty. Yes, we had some holder calls was a call, but it wasn't that why we lost. Even with those was called, I feel like we still would have lost. I just felt like we would have never got blown out, but we still would have lost. Like we could, our play calling was just Brian Johnson. I don't understand. I forget how many carries and run we had. But I know it was no more than 10 or something like that. We was not running that ball for some reason. I don't understand. We like what's going on. Like he allowed teams to make us one dimensional. Like he like you start running it. Okay, they stop it. Okay, they stopped it. Oh wow, they stopped it. That they stopped it. It is what it is. But you gonna go away from it and go one dimensional. You playing into their game. Like continue to run. They continue to keep the unpredictable, do the unexpected. Like continue to run. Now you continue to run. That could now they have to continue to figure out. Continue to keep that keep them from being on their toes. They gotta continue to try to figure out. But once you go away from it, we already know. You got to continue to make them figure out, because sooner or later they're gonna slip up. Oh, okay, he continue to run, he continue to hunt. Oh, they sticking to the run. They sticking to the run. No matter what we stopping them, but they sticking to the run. So now they got to continue to play it, because if they go away from it because they stopping it and they start like, they can't run and they stopping the run, and then they try to play the and defend the pass, but we run it again. Then boom, we got a big runoff. Now it's open the playbook. Now they gotta seem like, don't stop going away from the run just because the team is stopping it in that first. Like, stick to it. And I don't understand why they are not acknowledging that. That just strictly football. How long did they start watching football? Everybody that's an NFL NFL that watches NFL, and every NFL that's an NFL player or analyst or whatever knows that. Do not go away. That's the number one thing. Do not go away from the run. Do not go away from the run. Especially only time you could do that, and you could just go away from it a little bit if things is going right in the passing. But if you see that things ain't going right with the passing, you have to stick with the run to open up something. Like I don't understand why he's not understanding that. So hopefully dealing with this Cowboys game, I'm gonna have another video that speaks about that, dealing with this Cowboys game, and to speak on our game, what our game plan should be, and how we should go in, and how I feel about what our defense should do it, and how they should go about it, and the score prediction and everything. So I'm gonna make another video about it. But yeah, we gotta make some changes. We gotta go into this game really focused with a game plan. We can't go out here just throwing any plays out, and the tackling on our defense. I hope, and through the practice they in there tackling robots or something. They didn't be in there tackling, getting their tackling right, because that was just horrible tackling. I don't understand what was going on. They look like toddlers out there trying to tackle. They look like parents versing their kids out there. That's what was looking like that playing the 49ers. That's crazy. I understand a few tackles, but it was like they was missing it all game. And it was like, wow, I never saw how worse of a tackling in years. I never seen but yeah, man, we gotta go into this Cowboys game different, and that's what it is. But that's all I want to speak about. I did not agree with Stephen A. Smith statement points. I just think he's just trying to put a narrative out there. He's just trying to put some out there to talk about, and I just disagree with him. You can't take away our NFC championship from last year, because we was a totally different team. We was balling on both sides. I pass rush was 70 sacks in the season. We was sacking. We was stacking and getting pressure, and it's totally different. And our secondary wasn't the best secondary. Still, they were still a little iffy. I'm not gonna say they was all that well and good. No, our secondary was still a little. They still had to fix up a lot of stuff, but they still was good enough to hold the offense enough for the defense, our defensive linemen to get to the quarterback. And I feel like that's what's the issue now, that our secondary is so bad and they just so horrible that to the point they're not giving our a defensive line, our pass rushers, enough time to get to the quarterback. The quarterback is getting the ball out too quick. Why? Because our secondaries and linebackers is not holding out long enough. Especially in that middle. And it's totally different. Last year, our secondary was giving our pass rush time. This year, our secondary is not getting our pass rush time, and they just IQ is just low. They're not reading things well. They're getting caught up in a lot of stuff. That's just what it is. So don't do that. Don't try to compare last year to this year. Don't try to compare this Eagles team to NFC Championship Eagles team from last year. It's no comparison. Yes, the 49ers won, but facts is proving where they won against a new Eagles team, not the same Eagles team. But give them props. They came in, they talk smack, and they handle their business. That's what teams supposed to do. That's what good teams supposed to do. And 49ers right now are the best team in the NFL, not just the NFC. They are the best team in the NFL, and our props to them. They doing well. But don't take away what we did last year. Y'all got us this year. Y'all beat us. Y'all beat us. Y'all smacked us this year. Cool, we give you that. But don't take away what we did last year, because there's no comparison. That's all my argument is. That's all my debate is. There's no comparison. So you cannot compare those two type of teams. So that's how I feel about it. So yeah, just jot down. If you disagree or agree, put it in the comments. Let me know how you feel. Let's get to talk. If you disagree, it's cool. It's all right. I know a lot of, especially a lot of 49ers fans gonna disagree because they're gonna want to make it feel like, oh, that championship means something, or it was a fluke, or we went to the Super Bowl for a fluke. They gonna want to feel like that. They're not gonna be honest and give it up and understand. They're not gonna speak on NFL. They just gonna speak of them being a fan. You know how me and my bro, how we do it when we on this podcast. We speak real. We talk against our own team. We let you know when it comes. We speak facts. We not biased. Like, this is not a biased type of podcast. So we're gonna talk. We're gonna let it know what about our team. We're gonna let them know what we ain't do. We're gonna keep it real. But it's just like a lot of fans doesn't do that. They wanna hold on and try to make they wanna they want to. I understand being a fan. You want to defend your team and you want to hold out their image to make their image as a fan. Like, cool, cool. That's good. That's good. But at the same time, you can't be delusional, and that's it. And that's the issue. And that's why it's a lot of issue with a lot of Eagles fans. And what I could agree with Stephen A on this. A lot of the Cowboys fans. That's the problem because of them being delusional. They think they just can't be honest when they lose or honest when they're not doing well. They just gotta always make excuses and make it and they want to pump them up. Oh, well, rings, or well, like me say, oh, how many rings we got? Oh, no, they want to say that. Yo, like, who cares about that? It's y'all did bad. Y'all did bad. That's what the point. Like, y'all did bad. Like, yeah, like, oh, who cares? Y'all haven't run the playoff. Like, y'all haven't won, like, well, they run the playoff, but y'all haven't won multiple playoffs and haven't went to the championship. Like, that's what we talking about. Until that happens, then cool. That's it. Like, stop. Don't be delusional about it. Be real about it. Because if that's what the Eagles, if we was in the same boat, you already know Eagles fan base, we keep it 100. Like, why you think we always booing our own players? Like, why? Because we gonna let you know when you're doing trash. Like, we keep it real. Our fan base keep it real. We don't have a delusional fan base. A lot of y'all want to feel that way. Want this and that. Don't give me time. Don't give me real. You have certain, because it's human beings. You got certain fans that is like that. You got certain fans that could be illusion. To me, I look at a lot of comments and I see a lot of the delusional Eagles fan. I'm gonna be real with that. I do see a lot of delusional Eagles fans that just want to beat that acts the same way like Cowboys fans and everything. I do see that. But overall, you does not see that. Percentage wise, you does not see that coming from the Eagles fan base. Like, but overall, we see that coming from the Cowboys and the 49ers, all the favor. We see that. Like, but that's here and there. Like I said, I'm not gonna keep it long. Let's just get about to end up ending this vid. But just continue to follow me. I'm gonna come up and speak about this Eagles and the Cowboys game. But yeah, man, like Stephen A. Smith, man, I totally disagree with you. I feel like that's wrong, and I feel like that's unfair of what you're trying to put out there. We won fair and square last year. The 49ers won fair and square this year. They won against the new Eagles team, and that's the facts is right there. So yeah, that's where it is. Let me know how you feel. You agree or disagree. Just let me know. We get to talk on it. Just continue to like, continue to follow, subscribe. We appreciate it. And yo, stay tuned in. Like I said, you're gonna want to follow the YouTube channels because there's gonna be a lot of exclusive videos for YouTube. Because we're doing things a little different. So follow the YouTube channels to stay tuned. And yeah, and yo, let's get to talk. And one more time, if you're coming from different platforms, you can follow me here, to keep up with the videos from there. But like, yeah, like, yo, come in, like, let's get to talk. Don't hesitate, don't be shy. Yo, you already know it's about getting things off your chest. If you don't got nobody else to get it off your chest with, you could come to here and get it off your chest with us. So no, that's all I want to say. Thanks for watching, thanks for liking, subscribing, thanks for tuning in. I appreciate it. And continue, this your boy Hyphen Jers. Thanks for tuning in to Hyphen Eagles. You already know Bird Game.